Hello everybody, Ian Robson here. Welcome back to Farm Sim 17 Platinum map. Alright, here we go. We're working away on this field here. This is field 29, the big field on this map once again. And we're just harvesting some corn, as you can see here. I have the other combine on follow me at the moment. So we're going to see how this works out. Should be okay. I have the width set a little bit narrower than the actual combine width itself, so it should be fine, but you never know. Stranger things have happened, I suppose. So after we finish this, we're gonna have to go and fertilize. I think we have a slurry tanker down the south here. We're gonna try and use that, I believe, just because I think we have slurry. Yeah, so slurry is maxed out with the cows, so we probably will use some of the slurry from the cows for that, I imagine, at least. So
Are you full, Ian?
no, just 38%. As you can hear, we're joined by Country Gaming, and Spud is around too. Let's go ahead and make this turn up here. It's funny when you have two combines rolling, it works really well actually. As long as you remember which way you have to turn.
I'll be right back.
Okay. That's the key. Because if you forget which way you have to turn, or which side the combine's on, it can be kind of funny sometimes. I always end up forgetting. Initially, at least, I end up forgetting which side the combine's on, and then I have to actually kind of readjust myself later on, but in the end, it's not so bad. You get used to it. Now, because on Follow Me, I think if it were to go over some crops, I think it would actually destroy them. On Follow Me, I don't remember, so I have to keep an eye out for that one. I think it does. Sure. I believe it does, but I'm not 100%, so. Anyways. It's funny, I was just looking through the comments from the last episode, or last thing I posted. I think it was like Coffee with Iain, I think I posted. A couple people are saying I should do more trains. I'm not sure if they mean Train Zero or Train Z, or if they mean Railway Empire. One or the other, I'm not sure. Alright, let's go ahead and unload here. So it could be either game, really. Some people are just saying trains, but I don't know if they mean Train Z. There we go. Unload that. Yeah, here's some of the comments. Nathan Lee says, do more trains with Z. I love trains with a Z. Dawn says, I just wish it was released for Xbox. What else we got here? Some people suggesting us try Oakfield on the server. We all love trains, says Little Miss Bugs. What else is there? I liked Train Week, so Spud says I like Train Week, so a few different points of view there. So some people liked it, some people who probably didn't like it didn't say anything, which is fine. I didn't expect everybody to be over the moon about it, because not everybody's into trains. It's just the way it is. All right, let's make this turn over here. This is the dance with the two combines here. There we go. Second one. There we go. Now the funny thing is, because that combine header, the header on that one is down, that's why it's moving so slow. But that's actually okay for Follow Me, because what will happen is if you're going too fast, it'll actually start making like a really sporadic turns, and it will cause problems later on. But because the combine header is down there, it's able to make those turns. Even though I was making them sporadically and like kind of ridiculous, because the combine header was down, it was limited to a certain speed, so it couldn't really get too crazy, really. That's what I'm trying to say here. There we go. Just gotta remember the combine's always on the right hand side. How full is that combine? 51%. That's not so bad. We'll finish this off. I just found out apparently it's going into fall in Australia. And we're just coming out of winter here, going into spring in at least Ontario. Different parts of Canada will be different, of course. Like, summer for some places starts much later than others. So I think if you're up in Iqaluit, for example, like, summer starts maybe in July and August. And then, you know, goes July, August, and then it's done, basically. There we go. So, I guess we're kind of fortunate to have more than just a month and a half, 2 months of summer. Here we kind of have, well, I guess you have May, which is spring. May, June, summer. And then July, August. So we got 3 or 4 months of summer-like weather, I'll say. Although I prefer the spring and fall more than anything else, because of course you get warm days and cool nights. Makes it much easier to sleep. Otherwise you're dealing with, you know, plus 30 weather at night, which is not easy to sleep in. Unless you have an air conditioner, of course. And there we go, just cleaning up the field here a little bit. All this random nonsense I left in the field. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, good. Just gonna leave this on the south side of the field over here. That follow me worker will come over here eventually.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Alright, let's go ahead and grab the slurry spreader up here. And I think this tank should be full. At least I filled it up last time. Whether or not it's still full is a different question.
Finished. Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it's not quite full. So let's go ahead and grab the slurry truck here. And
Well, while that harvester is doing its turns, I'm going to empty you.
This was always interesting to try and do this. At least I find. Okay, refill. I don't want to refill, I want to go the other way around. Let's grab this, move it out of the way. They're JCBs with the wheel weights on it. Looks pretty good, actually. So, what's the number here? 5173. Is it actually going down? No. No. It's funny. I always find them a bit finicky. I don't know why it does this though. So that's full. Maybe that's why. I don't know. No, that number's not going up at all. Anyways, we'll just go start spraying some slurry. Maybe we'll just grab it directly from the truck. Alright, we'll start from the middle, I guess, here. Why not? It's already at 30 meters. Go ahead and spread it out. Unfold, I should say, would be a better word in this context. But I don't know. I already had fun with Train Week. I could play Railway Empire for ages now. Well, I still could. From the start, I was kind of like, no, you got to be a little careful because this is one of those types of games where it's gonna be so easy for you to play. So I purposely bought it like after it was the initial release, so all the bugs were kind of fixed on it, and then I also bought it after because there was a long weekend coming up in Ontario. It was Family Day weekend a while back, so that's the reason why I picked it up then, because I knew it was going to be like, well, let's just, you know, give yourself a little bit more time to get out of your system a little bit, because sometimes if you don't get it out of your system, then you're just gonna, it's just there all the time. You can't get away from it. Well, like in your head or whatever. Anyways, there aren't many games that are like that. Some people are like that. Some people, it's like that for Farm Sim. They'll just, you know, think about it all the time, not able to do anything else. Well, not able to play other games because they're always thinking about this game. I don't know. I have had times like that where, you know, be doing something completely different, and then I'm like, oh, I should do that in Farm Sim, or like, you know, all your thoughts go back to Farm Sim, but not so much anymore. Probably when I first started playing was like that a bit more, but now it's more so just there's only some specific games that really have that kind of effect on me. Factorio is one of those games where I just can't get out of your head. I just can't get out of my head when I play that game. It's a fantastic game, but the problem is it's very addictive too, and you just always trying to solve some problem, so your brain's always trying to think about that, and oof. But it is a fun game. Absolutely fun game. I've yet to try it multiplayer though too. One of these days I'll have to try it multiplayer.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
I'll have to see how that turns out. It's supposed to be pretty good actually. I know Direwolf 20 played multiplayer, I think it was Soren a while back. So, and they seem to enjoy themselves quite a bit with that. And of course there's been many other people. I think Enter Elysium, I think, did you play that game? I don't remember.
I'll give you a hand in a minute, Spud. I'll just
No
put
worries.
these, I'll empty the truck and put the harvester away.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know, I think Enter Elysium maybe I've tried. That's not really a strategy game, so maybe you didn't play it. But anyways, there are quite a few other people out there that play the game. It's a funny thing is when I would play Factorio, I ended up watching Factorio at the same time. It was just like Factorio overload. It's crazy. Apparently we planted some sugar beets on this particular field as well, from the looks of it. Alright. There we go. Let's go ahead and refill up over here. Hopefully we can make this happen this time. Unfold? No, we want to refill. Let's see if we can do this here. There we go. That's strange. There we go. Let's get lined up for a second. I guess to be the third pass technically. You don't get much out of these tanks, but you are doing a 30-meter wide spread, so it's not that surprising that you don't get very much out of it. And it's a pretty big field too, so I suppose it makes sense that you kind of have a limited spread in this context. Say a limited number of passes, I guess would be the way to describe it. Now the best way to do it, of course, is just to hire a worker, because when you hire a worker they just automatically pull straight from wherever you want them to pull. So I think it's set up to pull from the VGA right now. This is Slurry in this case, I believe, but if you just hire a worker it just automatically pulls from the VGA, which is fantastic. I still think that has to be the coolest feature they added, in my opinion at least. So, I don't know, you can do it that, wait, it's digestate, I thought it was Slurry. So you can do that, or you can have it pull from the BGA, or you can have it pull from your pig slurry, or your cow slurry. which is pretty neat. Either or, really. And you can do the same thing with manure as well. Well, they never really produce enough manure to actually use it on all your fields. Some of your fields maybe, but not all of them though. So there we go. Get the last little corner there. Good. Get lined up for second half over here. There we go. Nice. It's funny, I don't spread slurry very often, but it's maybe not so much in this, because we only have, I think we have one stage of fertilization, so it's not so much in this one, but when you play like with Seasons mod and you have like the, you're like, oh okay, put some slurry down and you save like a ton of money. It's great. You use that. Same with manure too. Manure, slurry, whatever happens to be. If you can, you know, not afford, but if you're able to put some down in your fields and save yourself, you know, quite a large chunk of change, it's pretty slick. At least that's how I feel about it. I've always thought it was kind of a cool way of saving a little bit of money. But in reality, you know, not many farmers do this because they don't have a dairy farm or pigs or whatever else, any kind of any other animal really. All right. So go ahead and refill here once again. Because, you know, as soon as you try and do this, you're not going to... Whereas if you try to go for another pass, it's not going to work, basically. So, interesting little fact. These little palm trees type thing here, you can actually use the scorpion on those. Let's see if we can...
Green tank's empty.
Is it slurry or bi-digestate in that truck?
I'm thinking I've got digestate on mine, so I think it might be slurry. I'm not able to fill the back trailer.
Oh yeah, let's see. Yeah, it says slurry, so...
Is the front trailer got digestate?
Alright, apparently it's one of the strange things that, well, they made it so you couldn't mix them, so you basically have to use one or the other. You can't use both.
So will I take the green trailer down to the EVGA and refill it?
I'd kick the brown one to travel better.
Yeah, just give me a sec. I'm going to refill from it, and I'll be back in a sec. I have like 20% left in the tank, so... I'll use the rest of this up, and then I'll go back and refill some of that from the truck there.
Alright.
It's funny. How many passes are you getting on that in your spud? Like 2?
Yeah. I've been doing headlands, so I'm not really sure.
Oh, okay.
Like 2 passes.
I mean, you're doing 30 meters wide, so, you know, it makes sense why you're not getting very many passes out of it, but still.
That's not too bad. I made it most of the way around the field.
Alright. Let's go get topped off by the truck there.
Yeah, the front brown tank has got slurry. And the back tank the back tank is empty.
Could fill with slurry. I know the cows are full again.
Yeah, looks like they are, yeah. That doesn't really affect the cows when they're full of slurry. It only affects the
They
BG.
just keep on milking away.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be interesting if they, you know, if they change this so once they're full of slurry and manure, milk production stops or slows down or something. Forcing you to kind of sell your slurry at some point. And manure. Or use it. we go. Very nice.
So what's the green tank got in it? That's digestate.
I think it's empty, isn't it?
It was digesting, yeah.
So I'll go and fill the back tank with digestate and then refill the green tank.
Oh, you can refill with either now. If it's empty. I would just say just go get some Slurry because it's closer. Alright. Getting the unfold animation take well. The unfolding takes a while. I imagine it would in real life too. I'm surprised they still haven't made a system where it's like a pipe that goes from your tractor to a lagoon or to like a main reservoir or something like that. That'd be cool to see. They do have that in real life, but I guess the mechanics of it would be difficult in Farm Sim, which I kind of understand. There we go. Finish off this pass here. Excellent. Alright folks, I think I'm going to head out for now. I gotta get to work soon here. So my name is Iain Robson. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Farm Sim action. And maybe even some more Slurry action. Catch you guys later.